Hello there. You catch me today taking a break from Diablo 4 Hardcore to take a look at Army of Ruin. Um, Army of Ruin is a game that's been out for a while on PC, I think, but has more recently released on consoles. Specifically, or at least when I clicked on it, it only had the PS5 symbol, so I don't know if it's on PS4 as well. And I think it's on Xbox. I would assume it's on Xbox as well. Um, but the reason that this game is exciting to me is because it's Vampire Survivors, basically, just with a different art style and some slight tweaks on the formula. Like, it's not exactly Vampire Survivors, but it's very close. It's very, very close. Um, the easiest thing to do is to just play the game. I've played a reasonable amount of it already, but we will just go to the very first stage. We'll just do a 10 wave little thing to show the game off. You can modify the stage to make it more difficult, or like just have it in its base form, which is what we're going to do today. We'll just have a basic one. Bunch of characters to pick from. Each of your characters have, they start with a different weapon. All of the weapons can be picked up at random as well during the stage, but your character will start with a specific weapon. Also a passive, and also an active skill, which is on a cooldown. So, for example, this wizard in the top left, he has like a magic missile barrage kind of thing as his special skill. Whereas if I switched over to Ariana, the warrior, she has like a defensive shield that it almost deals like thorns, basically, like thorns damage to enemies that you come into contact with. And there's a bunch more characters, and obviously a bunch that I've not unlocked as well. One thing I've noticed about the unlockable characters, and you'll see it in the pictures even, is some of them are reskins, but they do play quite differently, so it's still worth unlocking them. Just from a visual standpoint, it'll be a few. There's like color swaps and things like that, which it might bother some people, but it's fine. And yeah, let's just get into it. We'll go as the basic default mage. That's the easiest thing to do. So I've turned the volume down quite a lot. So if the game seems quiet, it's because I've turned the volume down. The game automatically shoots for you. You literally just run around. You have to position yourself. You pick up the crystals to level up, and then when you level up, you get a choice of all the different things you can pick up. I'm going to pick up stuff I've used before and stuff that you start the game with, because I don't want to spoil too many of the new things. Like, this thing is something I've unlocked, like, recently. So I'm going to go with something that you start the game with, and we'll go for Crawling Root. So now I'm shooting roots out in a random direction as well. And those roots will mess enemies up if they hit them. There we go. I will say not all weapons are created equally, and also if you have stick drift like I do, some characters are really difficult to play. For example, whenever I move right, my character immediately tries to turn left as soon as I take my finger off of the analog stick. And a lot of attacks require you to sort of position yourself and then stop moving, which I can't really do. So if you see me, I didn't just turn left, but now my character's facing left. Some attacks actually are directional, like dependent on where your character is facing. So when I move this way and then I turn left at the end, that's a problem. I could probably remap the controls so that I'm moving on the right stick, maybe we'll have a look at that at the end. But yeah, this is the general flow of the game. You will get both new weapons, so it says like in the top right of each of the things I can pick from, whether it's a weapon or a trinket. Trinkets are like passive bonuses that can influence your weapons, basically. So, like, for example, that one gives you damage up by 25, but increases the size of whatever the attack is. It decreases the size of all of your attacks, if you know what I mean. So it's plus 25 damage, but say you've got a big AoE attack that comes out, it will be smaller as a result. You can also evolve weapons, i.e. power them up, just like you can in Vampire Survivors, and it's actually a lot more simple to do so in this game. So it says at the bottom of each of the things, if we take the travel boots, for example, at the bottom it says infuses, and it's got like a little picture of a ring. If you then look on the right of my screen where it says weapon evolution, you will see there's two symbols next to the weapon that I've got at the moment. And that is the two things that you need to have infused to be able to evolve the weapon to its ultimate form. So I would take the boots, for example. So I'm now moving a bit faster as a result of those boots. But the next time we get a level up, you will see that we have got that kind of infusion ready so that we can level the weapon up, which I actually think is a lot better than the way Vampire Survivors does it, in which Vampire Survivors kind of feels random a lot of the time. Like obviously once you learn something in Vampire Survivors, like it's yours forever, but like it's much easier to actually get to the sort of point where everything is evolving and everything is like getting more powerful. We'll get some volcanic orbs. These will orbit around us. There we go. Just so we've got this boss here. So bosses are just like more tanky versions of enemies. If an enemy touches you, you take damage, just like Vampire Survivors again. And bosses drop chests. Chests give you gold, and also a random upgrade, or 3 upgrades, or 4 upgrades. Or I've actually gotten, most recently, a 5 upgrade chest, which is kind of crazy. Oh, we've got some more stuff. We'll stick with the volcanic orbs, I think. You'll notice every once in a while there's enemies that are marked with like a yellow aura or like a yellow circle underneath them. Those enemies will always drop something when you kill them. They're a little bit tougher, but they'll always drop something. I'm going to go for... I'll go for skill cooldown. So that was my skill there. I just shot out those purple missiles in every direction. And there's an enemy with a yellow thing underneath his feet. Okay, he died very quickly, but he gave us an avocado, which healed us. We'll get more volcanic orbs. But, like, yeah, anyone who's played Vampire Survivors, this will be, like, super familiar to you. Like, a lot of the stuff in this game is, like, directly adjacent to something in Vampire Survivors. What do we want? Do we need any particular infusions? No, I think we're going to go for... Oh, I should probably tell you what I'm going for as well, because it doesn't... it's not immediately obvious sometimes in this game. I think it could be a little bit more obvious in Vampire Survivors. So yeah, see, you just dropped an avocado and that healed me. So those enemies are worth, like, killing if you're, like, running low on health. They don't always drop health, it's worth mentioning. Sometimes they drop gold. What do we want? We'll go for the Necromancer's Gauntlet, because that's another thing you start the game with. Now we've got a close range attack. That's like green sparks coming out. So, yeah, so he just dropped a coin. So coins, you can see them totaled in the bottom right, and they are the leftmost icon in the bottom right. And those coins carry over between runs. You can purchase upgrades. Again, it's like Vampire Survivors. It'll just make each subsequent run slightly easier. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It has the exact same feel to it. The one thing I'll say is, like, it's not... I don't think it's as visually cool as Vampire Survivors. Like, Vampire Survivors obviously has the old retro, like, Castlevania kind of style to it. As a matter of fact, it basically just takes sprites from Castlevania, if I'm not mistaken. That game is just gorgeous in its own way. Whereas this is a bit more kind of like... I don't want to say it's bad in any way, because it's not bad. It's just... It doesn't feel as, like, arty, I don't think. I will say, like, visually though, the stages are quite varied, and so are the enemies that you face on the stages. Like, it does kind of all boil down to you just sort of like kiting enemies around and like just making sure that you don't get surrounded too badly like I have here. But we should be fine. There we go. So we've got a ton of XP lying around here that we're ignoring, which is not good. Making sure that you level like to a good time frame is important. Because enemies will start to outscale you if you're not careful, and then you will find yourself struggling to kill them. What do I want? We'll just go for more Gauntlet. I'm hoping to be able to show you an evolution or two. I'm not sure I will be able to. Sometimes they can be a little bit too random, the drops, I think. So if I go down, there's the purple icon in the bottom of my screen right now. It is like a mini-boss. It's like an optional added mini-boss. And they will always drop a chest, so it could be worth me going down and just trying to take him on. Oh, we'll take that as well. That sucks all the money in. It's a piggy bank. So any money that you've missed or any money that's just ambiently lying on the stage will just get sucked into you. What do we want? Ooh. We don't want any of this. So we've unlocked the ability to re-roll one time with each multiple choice. So we're going to do that. It costs us some gold, but okay. I'm just going to take enemy speed down a little bit, because this way I can reposition a little bit easier. Oh, my fireballs have ran out, and that's a problem. There we go. They're really quite helpful for adding damage. What we got? Yep, that's fine. More damage to bosses and stuff. So that means I'll deal more damage to the guys with health bars and also the guys with yellow things at their feet, basically, which is very helpful. So we want to try and sort of like keep these guys kind of loosely within our striking distance so that we are getting XP constantly. Because obviously you only suck the XP in from a certain distance. You can augment it to be like further, but for now I don't have it leveled up too much, so we're going to try and stay close-ish to our enemies as we go. Have an avocado there. Oh, and a watermelon, which we didn't need, but it's fine. Okay, this is a little bit. There we go. I was right to save my skill. Yeah, I think we want to get more fireballs. Nice. Oh god, we are getting hit. Oh, they're not dealing a lot. So we are on the lowest difficulty at the moment, so I don't expect to die. And if I do die, that's entirely my fault. We're going to go Magic Staff. We need to upgrade that. So it fires more bullets now, it's a bit more powerful. Got like a nice little build going. I don't think we're going to have any problems completing this stage, to be honest with you. Like, this is literally the first stage in the game. This is as easy as it gets. There's like a Japanese-themed level that comes later on, which I actually have been struggling with a little bit. I have completed it, but it was like... actually required some focus. But yeah, you will notice your playstyle changing quite a lot depending on which character you pick and which weapons you pick up. There are some items that are just universally good. This guy's starting weapon, the Magic Staff, is a really strong item. It can melt through bosses. It's just, yeah, it's very, very useful, basically. And I mean, with skill cooldown and damage to enemies whenever I use my skill, that's also very, very good. We should be able to get more skill cooldown as well in a bit. We'll take the... What do we actually need? Oh, we can't get any more. Because yeah, okay, I'm a fool. It's fine. I don't actually think we've infused the right elements to be able to upgrade our Magic Staff. That's a bit annoying. It's also worth mentioning, not all of the weapon upgrades are actually, like, good, I don't think. Like the fireballs, for example, which you might see, I don't feel as though they're as effective once you fully upgrade them. Because it changes how they behave slightly. And it's a very strange change. I don't know, I feel like they leave me more open for some reason. I might just be absolutely tripping there and not have a clue what I'm talking about, but... We're probably nearly at the boss now because the icon is starting to move a bit more when I'm moving. Go. Should see him any moment, hopefully. Almost there, hopefully. Do we want crawling route? Oh, we don't actually even have the evolution for that. We should keep upgrading the routes, because... So you need to fully upgrade a weapon to unlock its evolution, basically. And yeah, you will have the recipe for that evolution on your screen whenever you level up. As soon as you have completed the stage with the weapon at level 5. I think it's 5 is the highest. Sweet. What do we got? Oh, okay, that's the worst thing we could have gotten, but that's fine. We're still doing fine. I'm hoping to be right. We've got one more mini boss to fly through. Come on. Nice. Where's our boy? Yeah, we'll go for some more meteors. Just like Vampire Survivors, sometimes there's like a weird stacking effect when you level up skills, which is interesting. So like you can wind up with like what appears to be like an insane number of fireballs going around you all at once. So we're going to get the boss wave in a minute, which is a little bit frustrating because we've not actually upgraded any of our stuff to full. I guess it's not frustrating. It means that you guys can discover it for yourself rather than having to watch me do it. Okay, the boss is here. So this shouldn't take long. We're quite upgraded. So yeah, this is quite straightforward. So minions will start appearing again if you take too long. And then those minions will just keep getting stronger and stronger until you've killed the boss. But once you've killed the boss, the stage is over. And that is the basic, like, sort of just how you play the game. Basically, you get a little thing that shows you, like, where you've been. Afterwards, you see my arrow going absolutely crazy up in the top right there. And then you get told all the challenges that you might want to be doing, and it tells you what rewards you'll get for those challenges as well, which is really cool. And then you can go into the shop, the upgrade shop, and all the coins, the gold coins you've picked up whilst you've been playing, you can invest those into different attributes, like increasing your damage, your fire rate, experience gain rate, gold gain. That is pickup range, so the sucking the gems in basically to level up, it makes you be able to do that from further away, which is like, it's very useful. You can also increase the number of lives you have, you can increase the number of weapons you can carry, and things like that. Again, very useful. I'm going to... What am I going to do? Might save. I'm going to save. And then you can look at your unlocks, and as long as you've unlocked the part of the game that you need to have to unlock whatever your secret unlock is, it will tell you. So, like, I have to put the first Glacier level on Ruin 2, which is, it's like difficulty level kind of thing. And complete it with the character Selena without using any moon type objects, basically. Complete Graveyard 3 stage, that unlocks a character for me. Evolve 3 weapons on Ruin 3 of Glacier. It's just so on and so forth. Basically, it's the same. Like, and then yeah, a lot of things here where it's like stages you haven't completed, stages you don't have, and things like that. But once you unlock the stage, you can then see what the challenge is to unlock the next thing. Got all the different weapons and their evolutions. So the magic staff could have evolved into that, which is called the miracle staff. And yeah, there's a ton of stuff that I've still not unlocked either. Like literally pages of stuff. Same with trinkets. These are all the passive abilities. This one's very good, by the way. Gives you an extra life, which is very nice, and you can upgrade it further as well. So it's like more and more extra lives. Very useful. And you also unlock extra features as well as you like complete challenges and things like that. So yeah, there's some cool stuff. There's some very cool stuff. Like I say, the downsides, like the art style isn't going to be for everyone. And I would also say like the fact that a lot of the characters are recolors is a little bit annoying. Like I mean that you've got 2 recolors there, or 1 recolor there, should I say. And then Kyros and Soul are recolors of each other as well. And I'm assuming these guys have recolors as well. I don't know how many recolors each character has. I've not seen the Archer woman in the splash art yet, so that's another character type to unlock. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, basically, this game is worth checking out if you're a fan of Vampire Survivors and you just don't have an Xbox or a PC or a phone that you want to play it on, and you'd rather play on console. This is a good option for PlayStation players, very specifically, because it's, Vampire Survivors just isn't available on PlayStation for some reason. And yeah, this is a very good alternative. It comes with a thumbs up from me, so thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Farewell.